Why does my neighbor keep leaving expensive gifts on my doorstep with notes saying I'm sorry? It started 3 months ago with a bottle of wine. Not cheap stuff either, like a $100 bottle sitting next to my door when I got home from work. There was this little yellow sticky note that just said I'm sorry in neat handwriting. I figured someone made a delivery mistake, so I just brought it inside and forgot about it. Then it was a gift card to that fancy steakhouse downtown. $50. Same yellow note, same handwriting. My neighbor Caleb lives right next door with his girlfriend Amy, and they seemed normal enough. We'd wave in the mornings when I was leaving for work and he was getting his newspaper. Never really talked much beyond nice weather type stuff, but the gifts kept coming. Apple AirPods still in the box. A leather jacket that actually fit me perfectly, which was weird because how would anyone know my size? Each time, that same yellow note. I'm sorry, no explanation, no signature, nothing else. I finally decided to ask Caleb about it. Maybe he'd seen someone dropping stuff off. So I knocked on his door around dinner time, and Amy answered. She looked nervous, like really nervous. Her hands were shaking a little when she held the door. Oh hey, she said, not making eye contact. Caleb's not here right now. I could literally hear the TV in the background and someone walking around. Are you sure? I just wanted to ask about some packages that might have been delivered to the wrong address. Her face went completely white. What packages? That's when Caleb appeared behind her, and the look on his face was pure panic, like I'd caught him doing something terrible. Hey there, what's up? He said, but his voice was all shaky. I described the gifts, and Amy actually stepped backwards into their house. Caleb ran his hand through his hair about 5 times while I was talking. Haven't seen anything like that, sorry, he said. Then he literally closed the door in my face. That night I heard them arguing through the thin walls. Couldn't make out words, but Amy was crying and Caleb kept saying something that sounded like it was an accident, over and over. The next morning there was a brand new coffee maker on my doorstep. Had to be worth at least $200. Same note, but this time the handwriting looked rushed, like someone wrote it really fast. I decided to stay home from work the next day and hide behind my living room curtains to see who was leaving this stuff. Around noon, Caleb came outside. He looked around nervously, then placed a small wrapped box by my door. But here's the weird part. He was crying, actually crying while he put the gift down. I waited until he went back inside, then grabbed the box. It was a really expensive watch, probably worth more than I make in a week. But this time, the note was different. It said, I'm so sorry about Murphy, in that same handwriting. Murphy? I didn't know any Murphy, but something about the name made my stomach drop. I marched over to Caleb's door and banged on it until he answered. Who's Murphy? I demanded. Caleb completely broke down, like fell to his knees sobbing, kind of breakdown. I didn't mean to, he kept saying. I didn't see him. It was so dark and I was backing out so fast because I was late for work. That's when it hit me. 3 months ago, there was this orange cat that used to hang around the neighborhood. Really friendly guy, would always come running when he saw people. I used to give him little bits of my lunch sometimes when I ate on the porch. He'd just disappeared one day, and I figured he'd found a new home or something. The orange cat? I asked. Caleb nodded, still crying. I felt the bump, but I thought it was just a branch or something. When I got home that night and saw him under my car, he couldn't finish the sentence. You could have just told me, I said. I know, he whispered. I know I should have, but you were always so nice to him, and I panicked. I buried him in the woods behind the houses. I just felt so guilty every time I saw you. Amy came out then, and she was crying too. I told him he should just talk to you, but he was terrified you'd hate us. The worst part was, Murphy wasn't even really my cat. He was just this neighborhood stray that everyone kind of looked out for. But Caleb had been torturing himself for months, spending hundreds of dollars on gifts because he couldn't bring himself to just knock on my door and say what happened. I told him to stop with the gifts, that I appreciated him feeling bad, but buying me stuff wasn't going to bring Murphy back. We ended up having coffee together the next weekend, and he showed me where he'd buried Murphy under this big oak tree. We put up a little stone marker.